So I live in Springfield. There's the water tower. A lot of people are asking what's really going on here, and I can tell you that 3 years ago we had a very large population of stray cats, and now they are gone. You don't see any cats. Our visitors are kind of violent. You know, you'll see them threatening people. They've threatened my family with machetes. It's not a safe place. Most of the stuff that the people are saying to City Hall are true. If you put two and two together, you can figure some stuff out. But it's definitely not somewhere you want to be.
When it comes to what's happening in Springfield, Ohio, I feel like everyone is just so busy arguing over what's happening to the animals that we're not spending enough time focusing on the other problems happening in the area. And the more that I think about it, I do feel like there's an active effort to get us to just keep talking about the animals instead of talking about the other issues going on, which is why they keep arguing and denying that the animals are being eaten, regardless of how much proof we have, regardless of how much evidence we have, regardless of how many people speak out who live in Springfield, Ohio. They continue to deny that this is happening. So we spend all our time, gathering evidence and gathering proof that the animals are being eaten. We spend all our time doing that instead of focusing on other problems, some of which are bigger problems, like the fact that people are being killed. We're sitting here, we've been arguing about the animals for 6 days. Okay, well, what about the little kid that got killed by Haitian immigrants? What about the old lady who got killed by Haitian immigrants on her granddaughter's birthday as she was taking out the trash? What about that conversation? You see, they don't want us getting to the next level of this conversation. They want us stuck on stage one, so we never reveal the other problems. But on this channel, we're going to get to all of it, okay? Because the animals, yeah, it's a big deal. But as I said, people are dying too. And those aren't the only problems. As you heard the guy at the beginning of this video, some of these people are violent, chasing people with machetes. They're coming from a war-torn country in Haiti. In many cases, that's all these people know, okay? You don't take someone from smack dab in the middle of the gang civil wars in Haiti and drop them in Ohio and expect that they're just going to, commingle with everything and not have, shell shock from being dropped into a totally different society that they're not even prepared for. But another thing that I've been hearing from multiple people is just absolute horror stories happening at the grocery store. I don't know what grocery stores you have where you live. I don't know what grocery stores are in Springfield, Ohio. But most grocery stores have kind of like the hot and ready area. You can get rotisserie chickens, chicken sandwiches. Sometimes they have sushi areas. They have food that's already prepared in containers, right? I think you get that. Well, in many cases, these immigrants are walking right into the grocery stores, just eating this food, dropping the containers right where they're at, just eating it, not paying for it. Mind you, they're given thousands upon thousands of dollars in food stamps. These people could afford to have Thanksgiving dinners every single day while you and your kids are eating ramen noodles, okay? Our government is giving them money to eat high on the hog, but instead they're still acting like savages walking through the grocery stores, just eating food straight off the shelf. One guy said he saw them dipping their hands into tomato sauce, just eating the tomato sauce with their hands and then putting the cans back. As you see, I don't necessarily believe that this is just people who don't know any better. I think a lot of these people are emboldened, right? I think they're emboldened. I think they are totally obnoxious because they feel like they are above the law, and in many ways they are. I mean, they are literally riding around killing kids and old women, and they're not even being charged for it. They're not given misdemeanors. They're not taken to jail. They're allowed to drive off in their cars without a license plate, without a license, anything, right? So I really think in many cases, it's not that these people don't know any better. It's that they don't care. Because what are you going to do about it? We're going to come in here. We're going to take over your community. We're going to trash your grocery stores. We'll eat food right here. We'll drop the trash right on the floor. You better clean it up. And guess what? If you say something about it, you're the bad guy. Because that's what's happening here, ladies and gentlemen. They're trying to make it out as if the Haitian immigrants are the victims and the actual Americans are the bad guys. Me making this video, I'm the bad guy now, right? Not the Haitian immigrants eating animals, killing kids, killing old ladies, wreaking havoc in Ohio. I'm the bad guy for talking about it. And you see, these people that are coming into this country, they realize that. They know the mentality of some of these woke idiots that are causing these problems. And they're taking advantage of that at your local grocery stores and wherever. They're living above the law. And it's really sad to see. But those aren't the only problems. There's also problems with healthcare. It's become almost impossible for some people to get doctor's appointments and some things in this area because the Haitian immigrants are the priority. Let's go ahead and roll this clip, and then I'll be right back with more thoughts.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Lisa Hayes, and I am a resident of Springfield, Ohio, and I'm also a registered voter. Okay, I'm a mother, I'm a grandmother, and I'm a great-grandmother. I have family here in this town. You know, it's the first time I've ever spoke at the commission meeting, and I'm going to try to make it a good talk with you. Okay, I would like to know how many of you sitting up there tonight go into the grocery stores here in the city, Walmart, here in the city, to do your shopping. I'm going to tell you, 64 years old, and I don't know what kind of label you can put on this, but I'm taking my cart down the grocery aisle, and I have 3 immigrants strapped across the aisle. Seen me coming, would not budge, wouldn't even, and I said, excuse me. Maybe they didn't understand what I was saying, but I'm sure they understood that I was trying to get through that aisle. So I have no recourse now but to bust through it. I'm not afraid to do so. You know, I would like to see them have some common respect, some common decency. Do not try to bully your way through Springfield, Ohio. It's not going to work out well. Yeah, I don't believe it will work out well at all. I have a 20-year-old granddaughter who works 2 jobs, pays city tax. I have a 23-year-old grandson who also pays city tax and federal and state and all the other stuff. She works 2 jobs. She's pregnant. It took us 4 months to get Medicaid for that young lady, and she couldn't have any of her tests done. I had to come up with $150 for her very first doctor's appointment. It's $150. Then I'm told that when she does get the Medicaid, they'll back it up. Are they going to give me my $150 back? I doubt it. And I know that's not your problem. That's a state problem, and I will address them. I already have. The other thing is that I sat down and I decided I was going to start emailing some of the higher ups to the state. Started emailing them. Within 1 day, they called me and said that they didn't have permission to talk to me because she's 20. I said, that's okay, she'll be home at 2. That morning, she received an automated phone call that she was covered by Medicaid since August 15th. All of a sudden, now she's covered. All of a sudden, now she can get the help. But we can't get through the doors of JFS to do anything. We can't get through it. The line is so long. And that's what we have done here in the city. We have just brought too many daggone people to come in here and be able to apply for free stuff. And here we are working, paying those taxes every week for what? What? So she can't get any help? So we can't get through the doors of Social Security so I can file for retirement? Doors are too, it's packed up there all the time. Thank you.
Now, since they brought these people into Springfield, Ohio, there's a lot of diseases that have just been going crazy, like AIDS and other diseases. Now it's become a huge problem in Springfield, Ohio. And you see a lot of these people coming here, they have medical conditions, they have diseases, what have you. So the hospitals, the doctor's offices, they're taking care of them and prioritizing them over the actual citizens of Springfield, Ohio, who have been living there their entire lives. They're having a hard time even going to the emergency room. They're waiting for hours and hours and hours because they are basically not the priority. They're pushed to the bottom while the immigrants rise to the top, because the immigrants' problems are more important right now to our government because they're making a lot of money off of this situation as well. So you see, we could sit here and we could talk about the animals for days, and we'll talk more about the animals. Don't worry, folks. But there's so many other problems. And I really feel like they want us focusing on the animals. They want us focusing on something that sounds more outlandish, even though it's real, because it's easier to convince people that it's a conspiracy. They don't want you focusing on things like this because where's the conspiracy in this, right? But there's just, if you really break it down, there's so many issues going on in this community. And what we're seeing happen in Springfield, Ohio, it's not like the first time we've seen anything like this. Yes, a lot of Americans are now waking up to what's going on, but if you've been paying attention at all to what's been going on over in UK, over in Europe and stuff for the past few years, if not longer, then you already know where this is headed, okay? They've tried this overseas and it has not worked at all. It has been absolutely horrific and terrible, the things that are going on. And now we're going to see that happen right here in America. And I think that one of the only things we can do right now is raise as much awareness about this as possible. So obviously, we have the powers that be working against us, so I need your help. Share this story. Share this video. Share the other stories and videos coming out of this area. Keep this story alive as they try to kill this story and they try to suppress this story. While you're here, make sure you hit that thumbs up. All of you, hit the thumbs up button. Even if you're someone who doesn't usually comment below, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll be back really soon with even more evidence and more proof about what's going on in Springfield, Ohio.